ETV Africa News at this hour.
So we moved to Canada. He plays a female.
When did you come?
I came last night. Yes, thanks. And this is my brother also with him in Canada. Wait up.
Yes, can I push
Remember, we did the groundbreaking in 2012, and I haven't been back since. Now I have to come and keep on coming. Eric Nyamunga, how do I introduce you? He's a chairman, has been so busy. How can I introduce Victor and Mama Faith? These are very special friends of our sister Winnie. But I'm now seeing Vanessa. You better come, your nephew. This guy is good. You are pointing at somebody. Once accompanied President Kibaki on a state visit to the US, and the then president of the United States of America was George Bush Jr. And we actually went to the Oval Office, and President George Bush, in that meeting, brought out the issue of Dominion Group of Companies. And he wanted things done precisely. There's not supposed to be any hold-up in the clearance of Dominion goods out of the port of Mombasa, because a report reaching the White House then was there was some clogging. And that is a Dominion Group of Companies that our late brother, Reverend Ken Yaguri, was involved in. You can imagine the type of heavy lifting from the White House. By the time we are back in Kenya, a lot of things were happening. Reverend Canon, was it Bagen, Carl Burgess, and that project moved on. I'm told that not much as from our sister Winnie. After a while, the clogging, and even worse, even what Ken was trying to do to lift the people of Siaya through the Yala swamp, reinvigoration and making it like a place to grow a lot of stuff, including rice. Even that staggered. And I'm told that group has since moved to Uganda and to other places. But we must remember, Ken's innovation, the spirit of innovation, heavy lifting. I called him my son, he called me his dad. And so looking at the photocopy, I think it's me who called this young man a photocopy. And I went to see Winnie. You guys have to stay and help your mom. But she's so strong. The best singer I've listened to in the recent past. And our tribute to our best friend is so powerful. In fact, I think, Winnie, you're talking to us more than us talking to you. But you know, after this will be heavy. And we know the responsibilities that lie ahead of you. Victor Swanya is wakili or Ken. And he's given me a detailed brief on the effect of corruption, even when it comes to helping this family. That story about Kenya Power and Lighting, how they would, Ken went to study theology. And it reminds me of a story I once had of the Reverend Jesse Jackson. You remember our brother, because you live in Minnesota, you used to then. The story about how the Greeks went to the United States and the slave drivers drove our people, our forefathers. So Jesse Jackson would say, he said of Michael Dukakis, who was of Greek origin, that your forefathers came to the States in immigrant ships. And his own forefathers, of Jesse Jackson's forefathers, came to the United States in slave ships. Ken went to study. He said whatever the original ship, they were in the same boat. I want to say this. As Kenyans, as we now honor our brother Ken Yaguri, and I had time to work with him as vice president, as also member of parliament, he did so much, particularly to support Agwambo, even in terms of fundraising. He had the ability to fundraise for the ODM campaign in a manner that none of even the sitting and the prior members of parliament, and I think I may be wrong, I don't think there's anybody with that capability. So I'm grateful that Agwambo has come up to help the family, and I spoke to him about this family. We may at this particular time look confused, but we know who we are and we know where we have come from. We know who our friends are. And Luo Nyanza, when the chips are down, remember who we are and where we have come from. And let us support each other. Not politically, even the level of the family. That's why I'm so grateful to Raila, because I know he's went out of there, got the bill at Kenyatta National Hospital sorted out. And I told him, look at this matter again, of these claims by Ken Yaguri. So even as he rests, would wish his children to live an affordable life. He wasn't a man who would have wished anybody ill, because that's what I'm saying. The God he served, and we've heard from our sister Caroline. Yeah, thank you for giving him that Bible, which he read through, eventually committing his life to Christ. At the end of everything, we have to face our Maker. And how we do it is the most important thing. By facing him, we will. So I pray that as we escort our brother Ken Nyagudi to his final resting place, that we remember the good, and that the Lord himself will remember mercy. We will remember mercy. Winnie, please stay strong. And this young man, hold on to your mom. Vanessa, God bless you, and all of you. And you know, Ken's nephew is a good guy, very good guy. So thank you once again, and we wish him well. May he rest eternally with his Maker. Amen.
ETV Africa News at this hour.